The transfer window has been hectic for Celtic so far, with constant speculation with who might join the club. Today we will discuss the huge transfer boost we have been given. We will go over this story in today's video, whilst going over all the latest transfer news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Mike Nawrocki looks set to leave Celtic on loan this summer, with serious interest emerging from both Poland and now Germany. Polish side Pogoń Szczecin have made their move for the 24-year-old centre-back, confirming their intentions publicly through their sporting director Tan Kessler. He told local media, "We have talked to Mike Nawrocki of Celtic," making clear the Ekstraklasa club's pursuit is already underway. However, it is understood that a German club is also in the mix, with a source close to the situation confirming to us that one side that showed interest back in January has now reignited talks. This puts Pogoń on the back foot, with Nawrocki favouring a move to Germany. While some expected a permanent exit this summer after 2 seasons of very little game time, interestingly, it is understood Celtic still view Nawrocki as part of their long-term plans. With game time limited under Brendan Rodgers, a loan move now makes sense, ideally to a more technically demanding league to aid his development. Some inside Celtic Park are said to prefer a move to Germany over a return to Nawrocki's native Poland, believing it would better suit his development at this stage. Rodgers was reluctant to let Nawrocki go in January, keeping the defender as cover for his stretched backline. That call proved justified when Nawrocki featured in big matches against Wraith Rovers, Rangers, Hearts and Aberdeen late in the campaign. He held his own, but with Celtic now reloading for a Champions League push, opportunities will again be limited if everyone remains fit. A final decision on Nawrocki's destination is expected soon as pre-season approaches. But what's clear is that a loan move now looks more like a matter of when, not if. Now for the main story, Celtic have reportedly been stepping up their interest in Michel-Ange Balikwisha, holding discussions with the Royal Antwerp wingers camp last week. Progress has reportedly been made on personal terms, with growing optimism that a deal could be struck. However, Antwerp's asking price and interest from other clubs remain important factors in determining the outcome. Balikwisha is one of several players on Celtic's radar as they look to strengthen the squad this summer. According to Voetbal24, there's a belief that Balikwisha could be signed for a cut price fee, with Antwerp preparing to offload players amid serious financial pressures. Sporting director Mark Overmars is said to be open to bids as the club looks to bridge a reported £18 million shortfall. Antwerp are facing a chaotic summer. Their defeat to Sporting Charleroi in the playoff round ended any hopes of European football and triggered the exit of head coach Andries Uldering, who was swiftly dismissed after the result. Since then, the club has struggled to find stability. Their search for a new manager has hit multiple dead ends, with Ivan Leko opting for KAA Gent and Rick DeMille deciding to remain at Charleroi. Off the pitch, the financial situation is becoming increasingly strained. Antwerp are said to be bracing for a summer of significant player sales in order to balance the books. Mark Overmars now faces an important period, tasked with replacing the manager, reshaping the squad and keeping the club financially stable. The pressure is mounting and the coming weeks will be decisive. The club is looking to generate tens of millions through departures, with Balikwisha, Senna Lamens, Mahamadou Doumbia and Zeno van den Bosch all being considered for sale. In other news, Lennon Miller has been talked about for months as someone who would suit Celtic's midfield. His performances for Motherwell and Scotland have impressed many, and it's expected he'll leave Fir Park this summer. Celtic have been linked with the teenager several times, and many believe he could fit right in at the Hoops. But there's growing doubt over whether the midfielder would actually choose a move to Glasgow. While Celtic are clearly interested, it looks like Miller could head abroad instead. There's already been reported interest from clubs in Serie A and the Bundesliga, and English Premier League new boys Sunderland have also been named as a potential destination. Former Motherwell striker Ross McCormack shared his thoughts. He said he believes Miller would suit Celtic's midfield, but added that the signs he's hearing suggest the youngster is leaning towards a move outside Scotland. McCormack pointed out that some of Miller's international teammates are enjoying success overseas. He thinks Miller might want to follow a similar path, away from the pressures that come with playing in Glasgow. He had this to say, "I've said it for quite a while that I think he would be perfect in Celtic's midfield. But from all the noises that I have heard, sort of people who are in and around Motherwell and all that, seems to be that he is going to be going abroad." To be honest with you, it is hard to blame the kid. When he sees the success your Lewis Ferguson, Scott McTominay and Billy Gilmore's are having over in Serie A, he might just want a piece of that and sort of get out of the limelight which Glasgow would bring. For me, he would be absolutely tremendous for Celtic. No player can go to any club in the world and be guaranteed to start. That is just impossible and doesn't happen. But what he will be looking at, and what John said, is the big problem for Celtic if they do want him. Rio is in there and is one of their most influential players when he is at it. Callum McGregor is the captain, and the other one is Arnie Engels. And by the way, I would favour Lennon Miller over, but they paid 11 million for him. So is he going to get into that midfield right away? Probably not. I think that is the reason why Lennon Miller would not choose Celtic, he concluded. McCormack's comments highlight a key issue for Celtic. The midfield is already packed with talent. With Rio, Callum McGregor and Arnie Engels all fighting for places, it would be difficult for any new player, especially a teenager, to walk straight into the starting 11. Even though McCormack says he would pick Miller over some of those names, he admits the fee paid for Engels might make it harder for Brendan Rodgers to justify dropping the Belgian. That could be enough to make Miller think twice. At the same time, the success of other Scots abroad could be a big pull. Playing regular football in a strong European league without the pressure of the Scottish spotlight could help Miller develop faster. Celtic might still try to bring him in, but they'd have to convince him that he'd get the chance to play. Otherwise, he could be tempted by the path others have taken and head for Italy instead. For now, the ball is in Miller's court and the noise seems to be pointing away from Glasgow. Lastly, Celtic Park has once again been named one of the most popular football stadiums in the world. A new report from Transfermarkt has revealed the top 20 average league attendances for the 2024-25 season, and Celtic have made the list once again. The report places Celtic 17th in the world, with an average of 58,972 fans coming through the gates for each home league game. This puts Celtic ahead of many top clubs in Europe and highlights just how strong the support is in Glasgow. Celtic Park is the biggest football stadium in Scotland, holding over 60,000 fans. There's also a long waiting list for season tickets, showing how high the demand remains. Every week, thousands of fans turn up to cheer on the Hoops, no matter the opposition or the result. At the top of the attendance table is River Plate from Argentina, with an average crowd of 84,782. Celtic's average sits just behind other major European clubs like Arsenal and Inter Milan, proving the Glasgow side still ranks among the global elite when it comes to fan backing. The transfer market numbers reflect league games only. They don't include midweek cup ties or Champions League nights, where Celtic Park is often full again. European visitors and pundits have often spoken about the special atmosphere created under the lights at Paradise. Celtic fans are loyal, passionate and consistent. Rain or shine, title race or rebuild, they fill the stands and make their voices heard. It's a support that doesn't ease up. While other clubs may see their attendances go up and down, Celtic's numbers remain strong year after year. The transfer market report confirms what many already know. Celtic Park is not just a stadium, it's one of the great homes of world football. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.